I did some series of tests. That was I got to know that I have a hole in the heart, a damaged valve. I suffered a heart failure, like the heart was completely not functioning at all. I can't stay where they are cooking. I can't stay in, as in, I must not smell anything. I can't do the operation. It's a 50-50 chances that I shouldn't even try. Though, if they should do it, it will be successful. But the longevity is not that long. Well, they told me that number one, my heart will be, as in, I'll have a major crisis. Like the heart will be open to any disease. Like anything can just pump into the heart and it will affect me immediately. And I may not be balanced like before. I cannot walk, and I may be on oxygen forever. Like even if I want to go to the toilet or to anywhere, I may just have to carry an oxygen box. I want my life back. I've always wanted to be an employer of labor. I've always wanted to clean the tears of so many people, because nobody was able to wipe our tears back then. Just looking for help. I want to get myself back. I want to live for my baby again. I want to live for myself. I know that there's still more to me.
Damilola Adeshola is in her 30s and needs the help of Nigerians to live a long and meaningful life. Unlike other children, Damilola discovered she had a hole in her heart when she was much older. According to her, she was born with a hole in her heart, but her parents did not diagnose this at birth because she didn't show any symptoms. In this interview with Legit TV's Dolakbo Amodeni and Monday Dara, she opened up on how she spent about 10 million naira to welcome her baby girl in 2020, despite being told she can't carry the baby to full term. And now, Damilola needs money to perform an urgent heart surgery. Let's hear what she has to say.
My name is Damilola Igwebuke. I'm 30 years old. I am a Yoruba born. Although, I studied accounting. And this is my husband. I have a husband. I have a child.
Tell us about, your health. How did it all begin?
Well, it all began in 2015, but the doctor said it all began when I was when I was giving birth. So, but I never noticed it till 2015, after university stress and all that. So I did some series of tests, and that was I got to know that I have a hole in the heart, a damaged valve, and also a disease that makes the blood pipe not, as in the blood pipe has been, it's not functioning that it should, yes. So that was when I got to notice that I have an health issue.
And when you noticed this, what were some of the steps that you took back then in 2015? What were the steps you took in order to get your health back?
Well, I didn't really get my health back. Just as I said earlier on, I did some series of tests, and after that, they advised surgery immediately. But because of fund and all that, so they said, okay, I should be on drugs, which I was on drugs since 2015. Then 2019 till I was on drug every month. 2019, I got a help from somebody. We're like, okay, let's try and see if we can do this surgery of a thing. But we don't have the certain amount they are asking for. But let's go through a platform. But I was disappointed at the later on that I can't do the operation. It's a 50-50 chances that I shouldn't even try. Though if they should do it, it will be successful. But the longevity is not that long. But if I can wait for like 2 to 3 years, I should reuse the drug again, then come again with the help of the drugs they will minister to me. Then I should try again. Then I'll be able to. Then they can see if I can go ahead with the operation and all that. And this 2022, I feel that okay, this is the right time, because I had a major crisis all through 2021 due to my child delivery. I suffered a heart failure, like the heart was completely not functioning at all. I can't stay where they are cooking. I can't stay in, or as in I must not smell anything. That is not, as in the heart was just. I was in hospital for like 8 months. For this 6 months, I didn't see my baby. After successful delivery of my baby, but after 7 days of delivery, I was just in and out of hospital. I was there and all that, so I didn't listen. So I'm just praying that I can actually go back and do the operation. But it's what I've spent and the whole, as in, I'm just living by God's grace. I'm just living by God's grace because there's no money out there. My husband had to stop working because he has to concentrate on the child, because I was not there at all. The baby did not breastfeed. He has to be on milk all through from birth, yeah. So it just God that took care of the baby and me. I mustn't stay where there is no breeze at all. If not, I'll be panting, the pressures are hard and all that. So I'm just looking for help. I want to get myself back. I want to live for my baby again. I want to live for myself. I know that there's still more to me. So that's just it.
Right. You mentioned that in 2021 you had a major crisis due to the delivery of your baby. How was it like coping with, a hole in the heart at the same time you were pregnant? How was the whole pregnancy journey? How were you able to combine your health together with the whole pregnancy journey? What was it like?
Well, I would say it was not easy at all. Though I wasn't scared, but people were scared for me, because if they see me, it will tell on me. Like, I'm just even trying to still get my body, because this is not. If you see me, then you'll know that this girl, as in, I bought this baby. But when they gave me an option of abortion for the baby, it was the same process of giving birth. Though I will sleep, they remove the baby, and because of that I may fall into the ICU. So why aborting the baby when it's the same process of okay enjoying it till the due time or the due date that the doctor has given. So that was what I looked, and I had to, like, I prayed, and so many people and trust God that okay things will work out the way it should. And thank God I delivered, not with what the doctor wanted, but with what God actually wanted. I delivered successfully. The baby was weighing 1.62 kg, and they were like, "This baby is small, but nothing. The head, the brain, so it was just a miracle." Like,
Saying that it was just God, like this is I would say a miracle baby. But what were some of the things that you went through during her pregnancy? What were the things that the doctors told you that got you scared?
well, they told me that number one, my heart will be, as in, I'll have a major crisis. Like, the heart will be open to any disease. Like, anything can just pump in into the heart and it will affect me immediately. And I may not be balanced like before. I cannot walk, and I may be on oxygen forever. Like, even if I want to go to the toilet or to anywhere, I may just have to carry an oxygen box anywhere I go to. So that was what they were actually, that was what they've seen if I should survive the pregnancy. And even if I couldn't survive the pregnancy, like they want to remove it, that was what may still happen to me. So it was still the same process. So I just felt that I know with God I can go through this, and I know that I can still survive, and I know that it can still be okay, that God will give me a new heart. But so that was how it is. And during the pregnancy, I don't walk around, because if I walk around, I'll start panting. So I'm always at home 247, take my drugs, eat the necessary food. That's it. Listen, then me and the hospital were like 247. So even if I want to go to the hospital, I have to take a drop from my house down straight to the hospital. So
during our chat, you made mention of the baby had to be in the incubator for a period of time. You had to deposit the sum of 10 million, if I was correct, before you could give birth to the baby. So can you explain further that process?
Okay. So the first time I went to the hospital, I was not new in the hospital. So when they saw that I was pregnant for my baby, they're like, "What's up with you? You're not supposed to get pregnant." That's okay. Since it has happened, this is what that will happen to you. Like, just as I've explained my own part that will happen to me. Then the baby, since the baby is not coming out in due dates, because they predicted that they can remove the baby in 26 weeks. So since the baby is not coming out in due dates, so, and they are not running a charity hospital, they have the best equipment and all that. So can I sort out for my finance, as in can I be brilliant enough to be able to, did I want to really go through this process? And they gave me their process. I had to pay some certain amounts down. I had to pay 10 million naira for a deposit, not even the major costs for it. And it is most likely the baby will be put in incubator, and the baby may have this brain dysfunction that I may even nurse for the rest of my life for her, because of how it came out. Because it's, yes. So I really want to go through this process for me and also this child. So it was a really trying time during those period. Like, I had to consider the money, I had to consider the fear. People, even as in, it was just only one person that encouraged me. Even my aunts, my mom, they were like, hey, remove it so that we'll know that, okay, if something happens to you, it is you, not now the baby. We're looking out for just you, not the babe, for the both of you again. Just remove this thing. But just only one that my pastor say, what did God say? What's the report of God? And that was how I was able to go through it.
Battling this since 2015. What are the things that you've lost due to your health?
Okay, so many job opportunity. So I have to stop. I had to stop work, and even if I have to choose to work, it must be at my own terms and, you understand, condition, not the stress. So I don't have to go far. So if I now check the payments and all that, so there's so many jobs opportunities I've lost. And with the economic, actually my mom died, so I'm the first daughter, so I have to look out for all my siblings. People has been helping me all through when they got to know about I have this issue. So most of them, they'll just say, I bought the drug for you for the month, because the drug for each month cost 56,400. That was then in 2015. So now, if I want to buy the drug now, I have to buy it 68,800. That's the complete drug. That's if I'm just this thing. So I've just been living under the mercy of God.
Do you have any regrets so far?
Well, I won't say I have any regrets, but sometimes when I think about it, you always cry. And sometimes when I ask my dad, is it that you people did not know that I have this? They said no, it did not show. That it did not show. That was a big thing, because when I went to Tri-State, I saw newborn babies that have hole in their hearts that they operated when I went for a major test in Tri-State. And I'm like, is it that you people did not detect all this when I was still a baby? They said no, I was fine, I was fat. But I noticed that sometimes when I run, I want to do something fast. Maybe shake here, I pant. Though I never got to, because it's just once in a blue moon. So That's just it.
If you don't take these medications in like 2-3 days, what happens to you?
I mean, I won't say I may end up in the hospital, but that's the major thing. I can end up in the hospital, swollen leg. The stomach will be like as if I'm pregnant again, and very strong shortness of breath. Like I'll be just, as I said, I have to be on oxygen. If I don't take it for like 2 days, I have to be on oxygen to get to my normal self back, for me to regain being okay.
So knowing that these drugs are expensive, how are you able to afford them every month?
Well, the drugs are expensive, quite alright, but due to no money and all that, so the doctor advised me that okay, there's this certain 3 drugs that the doctor just wrote down out for me, that no matter how it's very hard for you to get the drug, just make sure that you have this one at least with you, for you to avoid, as in, disaster and you being running back to the hospital. So which is furosemide, sildenafil. If I don't buy sildenafil, I buy sildenafil, and spironolactone.
So at this point, after everything that you've been through, would you say you are afraid of losing your life, knowing that you also have a family?
Well, I'm not scared of losing my life, but I'm just scared of my parents went through hell and they never came out of it. So must I go through hell and not also come out of it? So not fulfilling needs will be my greatest fear.
All right. If you were to go back for surgery to begin the process, how much would it cost you? And is there a country whereby your doctors have told you that when you travel to this country, you're going to have the surgery done? So how much would it cost? Where is the country that you're going to perform the surgery? And if Nigerians are to help, in what ways would you want them to assist you?
Okay. For now, I don't know the price again, because as at 2019, because now we don't know what's happening. So for now, I don't know the price again. But as at 2019, the cost of it was 8.6, and it's in Indian. So, and apart from that course, there's also a series of tests I have to do, like echo, pulmonary, and one other one that cost me like 1.2 million naira. That's in tri-states I did. So that's all other tests I have to do apart from the 8.6. That okay, this was the fixed price that I back then in 2019. So for now, I don't know the amount it will cost now, yes, but I want my life back. I've always wanted to be an employer of labor. I've always wanted to clean the tears of so many people, because nobody was able to wipe our tears back then. And my mom taught us, no matter how it was hard for you, just make sure that you always do the things of God. And what's the things of God? Seek ye first the kingdom of God. Tell people that God loves you, and you can't just tell them with mouth. You have to help them with everything that you have, with your finances, with your resources. And I've always grateful for that. So I know that if I can get my life back with the surgery, I know that I will be, as in other people will be able to benefit from me. I just want my life back. I just want to live, not just for myself, but for the purpose of what God has called us to be. Thank you.
So in what ways would you appeal to Nigerians to step in order to be able to assist your wife medically?
First off, I'm appealing to our good fellow citizens, if they can help, especially for the surgery. I believe at this stage, with the medications we are having through the drugs, I think the heart is set to undergo that surgery that we wanted to do some years ago. So if they can help us, I believe that surgery is possible today. Everything will be fine. So if they can also help us with the surgery, I will so appreciate it, because that is the first aim. And also running while at home, while preparing for the surgery, maintenance for her at home, and all those tests, series of tests that will be run, it also costs a lot. So those three areas are my major concern. The tests that will be run, because we cannot just go into the surgery without those tests. We have to redo those tests again, and it costs a whole lot. Then the surgery itself, we will be glad. We will really appreciate if they can come in and assist us. We really appreciate, because obviously I think presently with the whole patients where I worked before, I think they've been fair enough. So I had to quit because they couldn't give me that whole privilege like before. So presently I am not working. So the finance for medicine and test and every other medication that she's taking now, that will be needed for her before the surgery, it has not been easy. It is not easy. So I will appeal for my fellow citizens to help us, and we'll be glad.
Thank you very much.